All right, so welcome and good morning. This is the next to the last coaching session for fourth grade this year. We will only have one more, and I'll let you know the date of that at the end of this. So today we're going to be talking about the STAR Connect, Compare, and Contrast reading unit and Persuasive reading unit, which happens immediately after the reading STAR. And then the PSA writing unit, which begins right after STAR writing. So you can see here are the dates of the units. STAR Connect, Compare, and Contrast starts the 31st, and that's for reading. And the Persuasive begins April 28th and goes through May 9th. Now, what I wanted to do here is let you know the Persuasive and the PSA are kind of tied together, but we'll discuss that as we get along here. For the STAR Connect Contrast, the important thing is figure 19. They have just got to use their thinking skills as they're reading independently, as well as when the mini lessons and small groups and all of that stuff, to really make connections between text, in across all genres. Even texts that aren't at first glance obviously related in any way. This is just will help them develop as readers and thinkers. And of course, this is across any genre, which we would just had mentioned, and that's figure 19F, which is the specific skill we're talking about. So the top things to know on this is iExplorer contains in this STAR Connect, Compare, and Contrast, it's got lessons 6 through 14. All you need to do is look over those lessons 6 through 10 to determine if any of your students are going to benefit from those, because these are basic reviews. It might be a good refresher for you to look at and go, okay, I need to reinforce this in the classroom, but you don't necessarily have to take the time to teach these particular lessons because we've done so much already with thinking across genres. And I would focus more on lessons 11 through 14, is they're concentrating more on analyzing groups of different texts. Take it, use from it what is works for you and your students, because at um, this point is where you're getting down to what your students need, and everybody's classroom is going to be a little different. So you need to not say, okay, the pacing guide says this, I have to do this. At this point, this is when you as the teacher, as the professional, needs to go and look at your students and look at your data and say, my kids need this. I need to work on this with them for that. Go back to any earlier lessons from that thinking across genres and recycle that again, spiral back to those and focus on that so you can close any gaps or reinforce any learning that they're struggling with. um, and this is the time for you to sort of, it's not going off the guide, it's like really differentiating it and addressing your particular student's needs. So please don't think, okay, it says I got to do this lesson on this day. That you need to, at this point, be looking critically and thoughtfully and reflecting on what your kids need and use that to guide your instruction, whether it's whole group, small group, or conferring. Persuasive text, the persuasive reading unit. Of course, they've got to, for fourth grade, make inferences and draw conclusions and provide evidence for that. And also, they need to be looking at how the author is using his language, or what he's doing, what information he's including to influence the reader. And this fact and opinion is so strong. I know we, a lot of times, we make the mistake of thinking, oh, they understand the difference. But it becomes more subtle as they get into more complex texts, and they really need to be able to identify those opinions and be able to understand when an author is only presenting a part of an issue. And that's very telling, because the kids need to understand, well, that shows his perspective. So all of that is sort of tied together, and it's really important to revisit perspective and all of that. As far as text organization, they need to be looking at letters and editorials, essays, speeches, political speeches, debates, all of those sort of things. So to get ready for this, and you can start looking for these now because we've got a few weeks before this starts. It's going to be after the reading star, but go ahead and start collecting these types of texts because there are no books of letters, that are appropriate for your students at this age. So look through newspapers, magazines. You're going to get editorials, letters to the editor, and all of these things that we have listed here. A couple of them I was like, oh yeah, real estate descriptions. I mean, those are persuasive texts. They're trying to say, get people to purchase something. They're going to give it a description. They're going to try to influence someone. And of course, looking at PSAs is going to be important too, because by this time that this unit starts, you will have already started the PSA writing unit. And then looking at them again and reminding them that to look through those is going to help them with their writing as well. The timing of this is a little awkward, I think, because we start working on writing it before we really immerse ourselves in reading it. But that's just the way it has to go due to the testing, the assessment, and we really can't do it any other way. We tried. So again, this slide just shows you some different places you can go and just cut these things out, put them in sheet protectors, have them ready for kids to read. Okay. And now, for the PSA, a lot of this goes along with your research text, which is 4.23 and 24. And there's a lot of other texts underneath that, like, with the letters A through whatever, A through D or E, some of them. So if you would look through those and make sure you're getting them to pay attention to those things. All right. Here's some more. All of these. Now, to introduce persuasive writing, you're going to show them PSAs on a variety of topics and have them make discoveries about this. So here's some resources for that. And in the unit itself, on the 5th page of the whole unit, there's a page that says Online Public Service Announcement Resources. And it lists all of these websites that you see right here and their web addresses. And also a little bit about what that site offers. For example, the Ad Council provides PSAs on a variety of topics. You're going to preview them, though, before showing them to students to ensure the appropriateness of that particular PSA. So you're going to have to go through it first. You can't just pull it up. So, oh, here's one that might not be good. So also, concerned children's advertisers. This targets PSAs for children on varied topics, include active living, bullying prevention, self-esteem, and child safety, and so on. So in the unit itself, it lists all of these different websites, their addresses, and what you can find there. So it's really good information that you should look at to prepare for this unit. Of course, your writer's notebook, keep using that. Get some ideas in there for a PSA yourself. So you can do the same thing for the kids, what you've been doing all year, and just get that prepared ahead of time, as you're sitting with your feet up over spring break. I'm kidding. Take your break, please. And then, so when this does come around after the star writing, which is pretty quick after the break, you'll be ready. And of course, we've had the writing plan in place. A lot of you have been using that, so continue with that as you have planned at your campus. So that's pretty much it today. We're going to make it short and sweet because I know you guys got a lot to do and we're really tired and we're plugging right along, but we are going to do this and you guys are going to be great. We're seeing awesome things happening through the district. So keep it up. Our final session for 4th grade is April 25th, where we're going to be talking about Social Issues Book Club and fiction writing. Same place, same time. So that's it. You guys have a great day and enjoy your holiday. Spring break, we all need to just chill. I know I will. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.